Hi there. You have probably experienced some presentations, pictures or stories that seem to go on forever. They have a beginning but don't seem to have an end. Typically, we spend all our time gathering data and forming strong arguments and leave little time to think about how we can best structure our message and how we really win over our audience. So, how do you tell a good story, capture your listeners' attention, and at the same time make sure they have the right knowledge, understand the context, and follow your logic? A good story starts off with an interesting starter or introduction. This can be an anecdote or a personal story. For example, ever since I was little, or a key question to reflect on. For example, do you think investing in Project X is the way forward for us as a company? Or a challenge to highlight. For example, in the next 2 years, our technology will become mainstream. We need to innovate fast. Or another formula like, for example, riddles or showing a video. The key here is to make the audience curious about what you have to say and getting them inclined to listen to what you have to say next. Once you have them hooked, it is time to move on to your main message. In this part, it is essential to make your story land and present all your arguments in a structured manner. When presenting your argumentation, it is good to keep your audience in mind. What specific arguments will convince them? After presenting your arguments and making your case, you might think your story is over, but that is not true. Your story isn't over yet. What really differentiates a good story from a great story is to make sure you provide an ending, a closure, for your audience. A good way to do this is to go back to your starter, to your introduction. Provide people with how your personal story ended. Give them your answer to the key question, or revisit the challenge you gave them by ensuring your presentation, pitch or story has an interesting introduction, a structured main message, and a nice ending that ties it all together. A great story is born.